Hello and welcome to John chapter 6, looking at verses 1 through to 6. And Jesus begins this story in a very interesting way, in a very solemn way that some of Jesus' miracles do begin with the idea that people are in need and are searching for spiritual answers, but until they find Jesus or find the answer truly in Jesus, they're just wandering around. Let me read to you a couple of these verses and see how you can see what is happening right at the beginning of this particular story in John 6. It says, sometime after this, Jesus crossed to the far shore of the Sea of Galilee, that is the Sea of Tiberias, and a great crowd of people followed him because they saw the signs he had performed by healing the sick. And so people are flocking to Jesus, and Jesus is moving throughout the countryside. And as the people come, quite often they come to him not for teaching, but just to be healed. And Jesus says a variety of things over the course of his ministry. They are like sheep without a shepherd, and Jesus is going to be their shepherd. Or they are people who just need the compassion of God, but yet for many they refuse to receive that compassion. They only want to receive the morsel of bread that you're going to hear about later on in the story. And so my light bulb from the beginning of this is, what is your motivation? What is my motivation for coming to Jesus? Do you want just the blessings that Jesus will provide, or do you want Jesus? The story continues a bit. And Jesus went up on a mountainside and sat down with his disciples. The Jewish Passover festival was near. When Jesus looked up and saw a great crowd coming toward him, he said to Philip, "Where shall we buy bread for these people to eat?" He only asked this to test him, for he already had in mind what he was going to do. So for me, as I look at the beginning of this particular miracle, and you can sort of visualize maybe all the crowd coming towards Jesus. And most of those crowd are wanting Jesus to do something for them, to heal their son, heal their father, do something miraculous. And they just want to be a part of it. But do they want to be a part of Jesus' ministry long term? And for many of them, and maybe for you, the answer has been no. You want what Jesus provides, but you don't want Jesus. And in the end, the miracles of Jesus do show the great reality of Jesus' power and compassion, but they also point forward to the teaching that he wishes people to follow who actually come to him. He says you basically can't just embrace me without embracing all of me, embracing my teaching. Yes, I do miracles to prove I am God and to prove I am compassionate, but also to show you and to give you time to sit down at my feet and not just take from me and receive miracles, but receive my teaching. And so my question is, am I like that? Are you like that? Are you wanting just what God provides, or do you want God the Father, the Son, and the Spirit to be in obedience by living for him and with him? In terms of what I would like to see answered or more, it's going to be interesting to see how Jesus teaches the people that truth in the rest of this story. Does he just give them the miracle? And if he doesn't just give them miracles and send them on their way, what is his teaching he's going to ask them to obey? It's going to be interesting as we work our way together through John chapter 6. And lastly, in terms of application, as I foreshadowed, for me is really coming to my own heart. And when I do pray and ask Jesus for things, am I asking him just to change my life? In other words, I want what Jesus provides. But am I changing my life to be obedient rather than just to receive what Jesus provides? So maybe you could ask yourself that question. Am I wanting to follow Jesus, or do I want Jesus just to fix my problems, give me solutions like the bread to my hunger? Because what Jesus will give you is not merely bread for your hunger, but actually food for your soul that can lead to obedience. And that is the real miracle in our hearts. Amen.